everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica Hitt, and in case you guys don't know, many of you don't, I just turned 25, and I'm definitely having that quarter-life crisis. You see, last year when I turned 24, I had a major freak out, thought I was getting way too old, and I was like, well, at least I'm having it now when I'm 24, and I won't have it next year. But I'm having it again. You see, the difference is, last year, 24, it was more of this, like, panic feeling, whereas now, at 25, it's more of just dread. And if you're questioning the fact that I'm having a quarter-life crisis, look at what I'm wearing right now. I'm literally wearing a Baywatch sweatshirt after I've seen Baywatch, so I know it's not the greatest movie, blue spandex, and a side pony at 25 years old, and I'm putting this on the internet for anyone to see, including my ex-boyfriend. I've also recently heard from Jenna and Julian's podcast that apparently in some cultures, 25 is known as the worst year of your life, and people just skip the year in general, they take a gap year, and honestly, 24 was a pretty bad year in my life, and if 25 is worse, then oh god. So this whole video is basically going to be the 25 best and worst things about being 25, which you probably knew because you read the title, so good job. Worst. Typically when you get older, you tend to gain weight. Yes, there's the lucky few who lose all of that weight after high school, but most of us, you gain your freshman 15 and you just keep gaining. So much so that I have ripped 4 pants from work in the past year, in the same spot. And it's really starting to piss me off, actually. Best. When you rip those pants, you get to take them and take your aggression out by ripping them even more. Oh, feels, oh, Jesus Christ. How can it be this hard to rip? I ripped them. Oh, woohoo. Now they're shorts. Worst, realizing that you are not as smart as you once thought you were. In today's age, with all of these cons going on the internet, you're bound to fall for one of them and you're bound to get your money stolen from you. Best, you actually become smarter from those events that just happened to you, so I guess it's a win? Worst, trying to make new friends. I don't know about you, but if you're not in school, it's really hard to meet people. You don't just go to bars now and just make friends with people. That's just not how we do it these days. So really, if you're not making school friends or work friends, you make no friends. Best, when you actually do make friends somehow work or by other friends introducing to their old friends, they tend to stick with you forever. Worst, realizing that life is really boring. Like if you don't make yourself go out and do stuff, you will sit on your couch all day watching old episodes of The Office or Grey's Anatomy or some other show. Best, finding hobbies to actually take your time up, like making stupid YouTube videos that no one's really watching. Worst, when you go to those family reunions or family events and everyone's asking you, oh, do you have a boyfriend yet? Best is realizing that you're super happy and super competent as a young woman completely single. Worst is trying to move or find a new place and signing leases and realizing, hey, this stuff is expensive. Best is the freedom that you feel to be able to take a dump with the door open. Worst is all of those sleepless nights you have wondering what you are going to do with your life. Best, you can legally drink all the pain away. Worst is watching all of your friends be happy and get married and you're in their wedding and you have to go buy a bridesmaid's dress and spend all your money on the bachelorette nights and all that stuff. Best, your friends care enough about you to put you in their wedding that is going to last forever in their minds, or at least until they get divorced. Worst, taxes. Best, yeah, I got nothing. Worst, realizing that our government and political system is completely messed up. Best is having the right to vote and using our voice to change things that we don't like. Worst is definitely all of that millennial garbage talk. Apparently we're the worst people ever to live. Best is realizing that you're part of one of the most diverse and accepting generations of all time, so screw you, baby boomers and Generation X. Worst is learning how to buy a new car and when to take the deal and realizing that, all car salesmen suck. Best is all those negotiating skills you learn because they're going to be in handy when you're signing that prenup. Worst, not being able to afford cable. Best, nobody watches cable anymore. It's all on the internet. And honestly, you can just steal one of your friend's Netflix codes. I haven't paid for Netflix in 2 years. Worst, spending your own money on trips. You know, back when you were a kid and your mom just spent all the money on you, you didn't have to buy anything yourself. Best, you get to pick the trips and go with the people you want to go with and go where you want to go and spend how much money on certain things. It's not all written out for you. You have power now. Worst is being a little bit more receptive when, you know, creepy men are catcalling you or saying really gross stuff to you. If you're at work or just walking down the street, it happens. Best, when you're 25, you've seen so much, you've dealt with it so much that you finally just have the confidence to tell them to suck your... Worst, you actually start feeling that Taco Bell. Best, Taco Bell now offers those $500 giveaways. Yes, I have 5 Taco Bell tickets. But these $500 giveaways, you know, they could really help me. I could use $500 or more. Worst, if you're anything like me, you knew you wanted to get out of your smaller town and move to a big city, but with big city becomes a lot of traffic. Best, traffic does give you the time to be able to just sing your heart out to your favorite albums or soundtracks, like the Wicked soundtrack. I know all the songs by heart because I've spent hours singing them back to back. Worst, somehow getting stuck with a pet when you had no intention of having one and realizing just how hard it is to take care of an animal and realizing how the hell are you supposed to eventually take care of a baby or more. Best is finding your animal soulmate, right buddy? Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Okay, no kissies today? Okay then, fine. Is this more comfortable for you? I know I woke you up, I'm sorry. I'm sorry buddy. I know. Okay. Worst is being pressured by many older people to find a husband before, you know, all your eggs dry out. Best is realizing that you're probably never gonna get married and you're totally fine with it. I really don't care about marriage. Also, it's 2017. You don't need a husband to have children. You guys can just have a really solid relationship and realize you don't need a contract to say how much you love each other. Worst is being mistaken for a 30-year-old. Best, you never have to be carded anymore. Worst, now that I'm older, I spend a crap ton of money on makeup, more than I thought was humanly possible. Best, even though you're spending a crap ton of money on your makeup, you don't look emo anymore. Worst is wondering why you never went to a real college and got that bachelor's degree like you always thought you would. Best, not being in so much debt like everyone else I know, or, you know, more in debt. I do have several credit cards, so. Worst is growing up and moving away from your closest friends or having your friends move away from you. Best, realizing that they are your best friends and no matter what the distance is, it does not matter, they are still going to be there for you no matter what. Worst, looking in the mirror after having Doritos and Mountain Dew for breakfast. Best, having the choice of having Doritos and Mountain Dew for breakfast. And finally, feeling like you have nothing together in your entire life. You spent 25 years doing absolutely nothing and wondering how everyone seems to have their life together and know how to adult. Did you not go to that class in high school? Because I sure as hell didn't. How can you know how to adult? And I don't get that. Best, everyone feels this way. Basically, don't ever feel like you're really failing because everybody's failing. Life is really hard. Honestly, if I've learned anything in my 25 years of life, is that no one knows what they're doing. We're all just stumbling through and we're all just pretending to know.